Randy Wright sweated bullets and fired blanks against the Rams' defense that produced 7 sacks. The Packers won't feel as much pressure from a Buccaneer pass rush that failed to earn a single sack in their season opener. But Tampa Bay will be on the lookout for turnovers. Green Bay coughed up the ball 7 times against Los Angeles. Johnny Gray's 47-yard interception return and a pair of Jim Everett scoring passes were part of the price that Green Bay had to pay for making too many costly mistakes. It's probably too early to say that the Packers are on a downhill slide. Or
a Big Ten team of the 80s.
I think they are all the way back, and that was almost proved out in terms of the final score. First half highlights, you were in total command, John.
Yeah, it was a strange game. We get off to a good start and go ahead 38-7 at halftime. It was a laughable set of circumstances almost, but we managed to screw it up pretty good in the second half. There's a great long pass to Willie Anderson down to the 1. We go in, Greg Bell goes in and scores, puts us ahead pretty good, and then there's an interception here. Whoops, we're going to get a fumble instead. This is Sterling Sharp, who's on his way to becoming one of the really fine players in this league. In the second half, he dominates this film.
Not many household names on this team yet.
Well, I think it's like any young team that's starting. You don't know the names, but you're going to, you're going to see them in the future.
And here's Flipper Anderson again at the end of a 50-yard aerial by Jim Everett.
Play-action pass. We faked our basic gap play, we call it. We got him behind the safety, and then there's a 4-yard pass to
Buford McGee making it 17-7.
17, yes.
Vince Newsom, the NFC Defensive Player of the Week last week.
Well, he got that kind of on this play. He breaks loose and runs out of gas on about the 30 here, but he staggers into the end zone. He has a pulled groin, and it got very sore after that. He finished the game. Here's really a fine run by Greg Bell, about 45 yards. Kind of a stop-start run. He gets him going one way and then goes back the other. And the game begins to look like a rout at this point.
It sure did. The defense comes through here. Wilcher.
Intercepts the pass. Now Mike's not used to handling the ball, so he drops it. Fred Strickland picks it up and almost starts going the wrong way, but we got the ball, and I think we go in and score here again.
Yes, you do, for a 38-7 halftime lead. Now, it was almost like 2 different games, John. It's easy to say, did the team get complacent at halftime, but these are professionals we're talking about. Let me put it another way. Was there a misunderstanding by the Rams about the team they were playing going into the second half?
Well, it's a chain of events, that begins to happen. We were a little too relaxed, I think. Part of that was my fault. You go in at halftime and you think, well, should I act like a jerk and say we got to go in? And I didn't, and I probably should have. But we came out in the second half a bit too relaxed. Some of our play calling was trying to look at different kinds of things instead of trying to go down and score right off the bat. And then they got hot, we got jittery, and those things began to compound themselves. And we had trouble in the second half. They began to move the ball, and then it almost gets to the point where you almost feel you can't stop them. One of the things that they did is they used 4 wide receivers, spread the game out, and then things began to get in trouble. Here's Jim Everett throwing really a sloppy pass, not a good choice for him at all. Gives them the ball in our own 18. We again commit a big error, give them the ball deep in our territory, and we're doing everything we can to let them back in the ball game. And they're more than happy to get back in the ball game.
Brent Fullwood scoring. We're going to see a touchdown by Ed West. Again, a bunch of names I'm sure as the NFL season progresses we will become much more familiar with.
And again, it's and here's Sterling Sharp again making a big play on us. The key part of this whole thing, though, and it's kind of gotten forgotten in all of this. In the last 6 minutes, we made 120 yards, most of it on the ground. Greg Bell making all of the yards, and began to control the game and kept us from really a disaster. Greg was very tired late in the game, but managed to really to take over the game and give us the win we really had to have. That was a clutch field goal there, and puts us up by 10. They come back and bring it down to 3 now. Now here's the pitch play. It's 3rd down and 1. Greg Bell turns what we're hoping for is a 1-yard gain into about a 47-yard gain, and that's the ball game. And it's a great play by Greg. He was exhausted, I think, about 10 minutes before this, and I went to him and said, Greg, you gotta, we need you. You're the guy that's got to win this game, and he managed to suck it up and do a great job.
Bottom line.